Hi everyone, Nvart here. So I am gardening today. I have a few things to do and I thought I can take you along to show you what I'm doing. Weather is kind of warm. We had few days of really hard rain, which was really nice. I don't have to water as much, although I did water a little bit way up there because that area for some reason gets dry really fast. It's very, very sunny spot. But the garden is looking really, really good. So today, I wanted to show you, look at these hydrangeas, aren't they just amazing? So these are incredible hydrangeas. They're stronger version of the Annabelles, and look how many buds they produced this year. They're looking so pretty. They are just starting to open up, and the entire I call it Hydrangea Avenue. The entire Hydrangea Avenue is going to be filled with the flowers. Really, 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 I'm very pleased, very, very pleased this year how they look. But today I'm working on trying to plant a climbing rose. So I ordered another one of David Austin climbing roses because I had one planted by the sculpture right up there, and it bloomed the first time this year. Now this variety is the Austin father, is Charles Austin variety, and I think this is an older variety of their creations. And oh, it's so beautiful, and it has the most divine scent. I was so pleased, and the flowers did stay on the stems for a long time. They didn't fall very quickly. The petals didn't just drop very quickly. So I was very, very impressed with that. I absolutely love that. So I went ahead and ordered one. And you know, some of the roses that keep discontinuing, I'm always worried that I might not be able to get them again for some reason. So I did go ahead and order Charles Austin climbing rose. Now this is so beautiful. It's more into the mustardy, apricot-y tones. Oh look, this, oh I'm so sad this bud got broken. Maybe it was broken for a while in a box. It's okay, I'll just pull this one. And but you can see this, like this one is spent already. It's the old one, but this one, look how beautiful this is. And this is very small. It's you know, it's small just because the rose bush is small, right? Because as the rose bush matures, the flower is actually quite a beautiful size, nice and large. Because the one that I had that opened early this season, it was absolutely gorgeous, and the color was actually quite different than this one, a little more. So anyway, but I absolutely love that. So what I'm going to do, let me explain what's going on here. So in this area, I have a climbing rose, which is not doing very good. So this one is the Edith Piaf. And ever since I planted this red variety, it has done terrible. The stems keep yellowing, not sure what's going on. I have been diligently spraying it. I have been giving it fungicide. I've been fertilizing. I've been doing everything that I should be doing, and it gets regular water. It's not doing good at all. And so early this season, I decided I might just get rid of this rose. So I might give a little time. I might trim back, but you can see, like this wasn't even here last couple of days. And you can see the stems have been yellowed already, so I might just go ahead and give it another trim and just give it maybe another season, spray it again, let it sit. Not sure. This one is just not well, and also it has yellow spots, or I'm sorry, the black spots on the yellow leaves. So I might just need to go ahead and take all the leaves off of the rose, get it all sprayed and trimmed, and see what happens. But eventually, if this continues on, I might just get this rose out of here, out of my garden. But Anyway, but in the meantime, what I want to do is plant another climbing rose right here from this side and give this one another year to go on and see if it will correct itself. Now, if it doesn't correct, then I'll get rid of it. But in the meantime, I'll give time for this one to climb on the on this side of the arbor. So here we have one of the boreal roses planted, and this one has been struggling also. So this area is very hot. For some reason, this one has struggled from the beginning of the time. You can see the other ones are doing really good, but this one has been struggling. This one actually had a better year this year than it had in the past. It has been in the past. So what I'm going to do is remove and transplant this boreal rose way up there. There's a very nice spot, and I also noticed that they do a little better in a part shade area versus in a full sun. I did transplant a couple of them up in a woodland area where it's a dappled. Well, it's not dappled. I mean, it does get quite a bit of a light, but it does have a partial shade, and they're doing really great. So I'm going to move this one in a similar lighting and hope that this will thrive there. In the meantime, I will go ahead and plant this beautiful climbing rose here and have this one climb up. We'll trim this rose back, see what happens, and then I might have to get rid of this one from the other side. Now, from this side, I think this one, I don't have a name for it. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous climbing rose. It's done so well from day one, been very healthy rose for me, and it's very vigorous. It's doing really good. So what I need to do is probably I can always give it a more space, just like I've done with two of the canes, and move to this, to this side of the arbor to give space to growth, and then it will be more open, which is better for the climbing rose anyway. And then I'll have the Charles Austin grow from the other side. And I think the Charles Austin actually is not supposed to grow. It's not a very big climbing rose. It's only going to be 180 centimeters, which is not super tall, and I think it might just come over about here eventually. And it's, it will do. We'll see. You never know. So I also have some hydrangeas. What I'd like to do is plant also hydrangeas around this rose, boreal rose that I transplant, and I'll show you where they go. They are really pretty. I really love this variety. I bought them not too long ago. They actually been waiting to go into the ground, and they were so small. Just within a few weeks, these guys have put on quite a bit of a growth, and I love the variegations on the leaves. It's very pretty. They also bloom, have a gorgeous pink blooms. They're supposed to bloom all summer. They nice long blooming season, so they should be a nice plant to accompany with the rose. I was thinking to plant also some hydrangeas maybe in between. We'll see, but this hydrangeas should be only growing for their mature height, should be only 60 to 80 centimeters tall, which is very compact, dwarf variety. It's going to be very, very pretty. Very excited about them. And the leaves, you can see it has actually very beautiful kind of a pink tone on a white, and then they change into white. So I'm really excited. These are going to be really pretty. So what I need to do is go ahead and dig out this rose. One very important thing, of course, give it a minute. And I also wanted to mention something important, that usually what I heard from the experts, that if or when we are going to replace a rose, usually they recommend us not planting this rose for another rose the same place as another rose was growing. So they usually say all the nutrients are basically taken from that spot. We should give a couple of years before we go ahead and plant the rose in that same spot. But but what I'm going to do is just you can use manure Also, I have lots of garden compost that I make myself. So what I'm going to do is put lots of compost there to make sure that the earth gets, or the soil gets, lots of good nutrients. And for the rose, I think it should be just fine. It's not going to be any problem. I've done this a million times and it works really, really well. So that's what we are going to do here. We'll go ahead and start digging this one. And George and I are really excited because we are having company next week, Sunday. One of our dear friends from Colorado is coming to see us. So they are going to be with us for 10 days. And with her little kids, and we are super excited to have them over. So we are getting ready for that. There's a lot going on, so all exciting news. Anyway, we'll just get this rose out and plant our new climbing rose. Huh? Oh, he must like it. We'll see. This one might not be easy. Oh no, it worked. Oh, let's see. Oh, I broke that. Huh? Yes, I know. Okay. Okay, doke. So I think I like this here. Alright. Okay, so this is where I was thinking to plant my hybrid tea rose. So in this bed, look at how beautiful this fuchsia is doing. This is a fuchsia Annabelle. Absolutely gorgeous. So pretty this year. And then I have the fuchsia Sarah, hardy fuchsia, that is coming there. So anyway, here we have hydrangea. This is a silver dollar. It's doing really good this year. It was very, very small when I planted several years ago. I think the neighbor is cutting grass. And then I have 2 dahlias, another rose. So I think this rose will do really well planted here. This is a Japanese maple tree. This one is called Purple Ghost. It's very, very pretty. I might have to stake it. Actually, this will be perfect. I have one right here that I can stake this so it gets a little more upright. It would be better. We'll plant the rose here. And white Julas, I would like to go right through the edges and curve this area. I think it's going to bring really, really beautiful interest here. And we do get quite a bit of a sun here now, which is really nice because of the trees are gone, that our neighbors cut the trees. Normally this area was kind of tucked away and it was a little dark. So it was kind of hard to keep anything growing here, especially these trees also take a lot of water. They literally dehydrate this entire area, especially when we have lots of rain. Honestly, this area doesn't even get a whole lot of rain because it's under the trees and it ever barely gets any water. So usually I have to make sure that I'm watering in this area really well because of it's kind of a dry spot in the garden. Okay, we'll go ahead and plant our rose. Now, if you were transplanting the rose and this rose was really big, you could probably take third off to make sure that it doesn't take so much energy to keep all its stems while it's trying to acclimate to the new spot. So you could do that. I'm not going to for this one because it's it's small, it's already struggling, so I'm not going to cut it. I think it's going to be just fine. Maybe here. I don't want to disturb it too much. roses are always kind of a little harder to plant just because for the roses you have to have a bigger hole, you have to dig deeper, and it is important for the rose like this one. You could tell it wasn't really planted well in the beginning of the time when I planted, because you could see where the soil surface is, and you can see the grafted area right here that's staying above the soil. And it is possible that I planted, but it wasn't deep enough and the soil settled and it went down. So it is really best if you can bring it up and cover this grafted area, because if you cover this grafted area for the rose, it always grows more stems from this grafted area. If it's not covered, it dries out. So I had better luck to bury this area and make sure that this is below the soil surface. And that's why for the roses it's a little harder, but it's all worth it in the end when it's done. So let's see. So I think I might dig just a little more, or not. Maybe just a little more. Because also I always anticipate that after watering over time, the soil will settle and then it will go always below. So that's where I think I made my mistake in the past. I think this is good. Do I have... This is my homemade compost. Isn't this just gorgeous? Look at this. Oh, every time I harvest, I feel so proud of myself. I do have a video about the compost, how I make it, so if you guys are interested, go take a look. It's pretty much down to details and in what I do with it. But it's a beautiful compost, and I use it in the garden all year round, all the time. It's going to be so happy here, this guy. Okay. the compost is actually really great to use in a containers too. For example, if when we purchase our soil bag of compost for our annuals, I usually mix in a little bit of a compost to give a good nutrients, because a lot of times these bags, they just don't have a good nutrients in it, and it really helps tremendously. So I would like to line my white gillas with in this shape, and then I think what I'll do, either plant dahlias here next year, I probably would do that, or if I find really nice hydrangeas that I want, the ones that are, you know, they don't get super big, I could probably plant a couple of them here as well. So I'm going to give that space and see. Also, white gillas may get kind of big, so I might not even have a space there. So we'll see between the rose and the white gillas. I'm assuming I probably won't actually. Because at first I would have wanted to have one more layer of hydrangea here, because this is a really nice spot for hydrangea, but I doubt we have enough space here for that. Okay, so I went ahead and planted all the white gillas or vigelias. You guys need to tell me which one is the right way to say it's about vigelia, or I've heard both ways. So actually, I'm sorry, I need to move this one a little bit here. I don't know what I was thinking. Hang on one second. Kind of like to bring it a little bit here. Okay, so I went ahead and planted the rose. Rose is looking really, really good. And then you can see my miniature hedge of vigelias. This is looking really, really nice. And I love the variegated leaves. It just brings such a new texture to the garden. I absolutely love that look. It's going to be gorgeous. And then if I wanted to plant something else behind it, we'll see. But I'm thinking I may not even have the space when the rose starts growing and the vigelias are also starting to grow. I probably won't have a lot of space, but we'll just have to see as we go, and then we'll assess it. Or I could plant something else there and until they mature, and then I can always edit. So that's also another option. But it's looking really good. I love that area because it highlights the curve. It looks really gorgeous. So all right, let's go ahead and plant the climbing rose. And then I have to water everything. Really, really thorough. I have to give you the tour as soon as the agapanthus open, because you can see we have lots of buds. They're getting ready to start opening, and the roses have so many buds. I'm really excited. I have to come and get some deadheading done. Again, we had rain last few days. I haven't been able to get outside and do a whole lot except for pulling some weeds, which I still have so much to do. Honestly, I'm just not getting more on top of those weeds that I should be. Hopefully today and next day I can make some good progress. So for the climbing rose, I'm going to plant kind of tipped a little bit towards the arbor, just because it would be easier for me to start tying them as soon as the cane starts growing. I think it would be a little better this way. So I'm going to kind of lean just a little bit, which would be, I think, fine. A little bit like that. Okay, and here is our climbing rose. Oh, I'm so excited about this rose. It's going to be very, very pretty climbing here on this arbor from this side. And then we'll just have to deal with this red climbing rose. I might show you guys when I start pruning and see what happens. But at least I have something really beautiful going on this arbor, and will start maturing, which is gorgeous and has the most beautiful scent, which is wonderful to be closer. You know, this is where we are all the time, and we'll have that gorgeous aroma everywhere here. So that will be all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I explained. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate. You know, I always answer your questions. So please write to me if you need anything. If you have any questions about how to, you know, if anything wasn't that I explained wasn't very clear. So if you have any questions, please do send me a message. And I love hearing from all of you guys. It's so wonderful to read your messages. I always look forward, honestly, to read your messages. So please keep writing. I love it. I check them every day. So have a wonderful day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.